Front door open.
Hey dolls, welcome back. If this is your first time here, I am LaShawn. I am the interior stylist and creator of LaShawn Will Studios. On this channel, we like to focus on home decor, DIY, secondhand finds, affordable designs, and most importantly, the shenanigans to give you the willpower and the know-how to try some things and save money while doing it. So if this is something that makes you say, I'm down, then you definitely need to stick around.
Hold up.
Okay dolls, so in today's video, we are going to be working on my most hardest working space in my house. That is my dining room. But I don't use my dining room for its intended purpose. My dining room is actually my office. It's my do-it-all type of space. And with that, I needed to make sure that even if I wanted to use it as a dining room, I could then flip it. So in my last video, I told you guys we were going to be doing a design that could be dual purpose. You can get with this or you can get with that. Remember when I said that? Since most of us don't use this area as a dining room, or some of us just kind of leave it there and it becomes a catch-all, I wanted to show you guys some of the things that I did to make this area feel more dual purpose. In this video, we are going to be covering the DIY, the materials, and the cost-saving options that I used to achieve this high-low design. What I mean by high-low is that there are some high-ticket items and there are some, probably more, low-ticket items in this room. However, this should be illegal. Like, this room turned out so fabulous. It is probably my most favorite space in the house. Now, I know a lot of you guys love this fabulous living room. If you have not seen this video for the living room reveal, make sure you check that video out as well. But I gotta tell you, I am in love with this office / dining area. The whole purpose of doing high-low design is that you are allowing yourself to incorporate some lower ticket items. You are doing some secondhand, you're doing some MacGyver'ing, and that way you can save money so that you can actually go ahead and buy those higher ticket items that are going to last you and be timeless. So high-low. You picking up what I'm throwing down? All right. Now, speaking of high-end, this leads me right into today's sponsor, Homery. Now, I have been wanting to work with Homery for a long time. I love the pieces that they have on their website. I want to thank Homery for partnering with me on today's video. We are going to get into that a little bit more later in the video. So some of you know that I had already purchased some cabinets, and the ones that I had, the length that I had, I should say, was perfectly fine up until a few weeks ago when I struck gold.
We gotta go mine. We gotta go mine.
Gold at the thrift store, at Habitat for Humanity to be exact. When I came across this beautiful Perigold, if you're not familiar with Perigold, that is the high-end line of Wayfair. I came across this 5-foot by 4-foot zebra mirror, and it is gorgeous. I got this mirror, if you guys didn't see it, it was on sale for 60 bucks immediately. Oh my God, seriously? So I was getting it. Unbeknownst to me, when I got up to the register, frames, mirrors, artwork, all of that was 50% off that day. So I got it for $30. And just so you guys are aware, the size that I have, the 5 foot by 4 foot, is no longer available. The one that's on the Perigo website is actually a little bit smaller, and it's $2,200. So this one would have been a lot more.
I love it.
Now, mind you, I did not have any place in my house to put said mirror. I wasn't sure if I was going to keep it. I asked you guys what I should do, and everybody was like, keep that mirror. So if you've been here for a while, then you know I have this undying love for animal prints. I love animals, and I just like having animal prints. And so this was definitely one of those decisions where I was like, okay, I've already started this coastal thing, but the thing is, my house is not your typical coastal beach house. When I say coastal, I'm thinking more South African coast, or more modern Bali, or even some Palm Springs. The best 3 words to describe my home is calm, cozy, and tactile. I am very touchy-feely. I love textures. I am very, very tactile. This house is calm. It's also extremely cozy. It's not just your typical Floridian beach house where I am doing the sky blue and the aqua green. I love blues and greens, but I'm more of a mid-century girl at heart, so I tend to veer more towards the jewel tones. So I decided that I was going to keep it, which meant that the cabinets that I had ordered before was not going to be long enough to carry this mirror because it looked cluttered. There was too much, like I needed some breathing room. So I knew that I needed to order another cabinet. So that was one of the first things I did. So if any of you guys are interested in this cabinet, please check out my Temu haul video because it was featured there. I do want to let you know, if you plan on ordering cabinets from Temu, try to get them all at the same time. This one was slightly off with the measurements and I did have to MacGyver it, but it was still a good choice to order another one. It looks great. When you guys see it, honestly, it feels like a showroom to me. It is just absolutely beautiful. I knew that in this space, the desk that I had was not going to cut it. Even though it was a cute desk, it was nice, it was big, which I loved. It was actually a dining table that I turned into a desk. You guys know I love to do that. And you can do vice versa. If you need a small table, get a desk. If you need a big desk, get a dining table. So I needed something that was going to really punch. And when I tell you guys, the table that I got from Homery, let's get into that because the mirror is a statement and I needed something that was going to be able to balance it out and be equally as dope. Normally when I'm doing an unboxing, I like to have a nice box to cut into. Unfortunately, due to all the hurricanes and storms in North Carolina, or coastal North Carolina, this box was left outside on my porch and I didn't know. So it was wet and I think everything inside is fine. And with that said, there was another box that came with it and it's today's sponsor, Homery. So this box was left underneath, so there was no problems. The rain didn't get to it. But we're gonna get that box open. We're gonna get this box open, and then I'll be able to show you guys what's in store for the new dining room office area. Okay, I got the box all ripped up and you guys are getting a little bit of a sneak peek, but you have to come along with me throughout the rest of the video. We got a lot of projects to do, and then we have to get this baby in place and get those beautiful legs on. Oh my God, wait until you see it. It is gorgeous. And it is a leaf table, so you can see there's a leaf in here and the split right there. So I am going to be extending it from the smaller size to the larger size. Bound chicka bound cow. Oh my God. And it's so heavy. You guys have to see this table. Like, let me stop talking and just show you. The reason why I chose this space as my main workspace, even though I had a room that I could have allocated towards my office, I would not have had as much light. Now that room is pretty bright, but it is nowhere near as bright as it is in this large area that I have here. Having enough light is extremely important to my mental health and my psyche. I suffer from something called SAD, especially in the winter months. Those of you who are not familiar, that is seasonal affective disorder. And a lot of people end up getting it because they're not getting enough sunlight throughout the day, especially in the winter months. If you guys were to take a look at my space and what I see, it feels like I'm on vacation. It feels very tranquil, just sitting here in this chair and being able to do things. I work for hours at a time. A video like this can take me weeks to make, such as this video has taken me weeks to create. But having this much natural light is what sold me. And then having a view like this that feels very calming, this is extremely important for my mental health. This tranquil resort style view helps keep my mood steady and my creativity flowing. Your space can really affect your mood. Winter really affects mine. So designing for your mental health is just as important as designing for style. And I do have a workshop, which is different, but my workspace is just amazing to me. I love it. It feels very executive. It is very cozy. It is very Hanami energy. And since we are on the subject of mental health, I definitely wanted to create something that gives off that type of vibe. The tree. I wanted it to be tall and I knew I needed to get branches, so I went over to one of my favorite places here in Holden Beach at Drifting Treasures, and I picked up some branches, some driftwood. Because I'm not just creating a tree, I'm creating a whole vibe. Let me explain. Hanami is the seasonal celebration of gathering under the blossoming trees. It signifies taking a pause, noticing beauty because it doesn't last, and letting nature exist as art, because that's something that's good for your mind, body, and spirit. And when it comes to design, I know that blossoming trees is more of a Japanese thing, but I feel like I might have some Japandi in here. But the driftwood does bring back in that South African and Indonesian resort feel. The driftwood is coastal and it brings in that calm, grounded energy. So I'm creating something that will hold a lot of meaning and mood specifically for me. So now you can see, like, literally all I did was take some scrap wood and fill this whole entire pot. So there's nothing on the bottom. I don't have to worry about any of that. So I'm just gonna put a couple of holes in this and just drive my branches through there. So I started out small, slid it in there, and now it's going up to the ceiling. That's one down, a couple more to go. So I did a few more cutouts and stuck in some more of my driftwood, and I also added a little bit more support with the scrap wood that I had cut off so that it wouldn't lean too much.
Hi love, welcome back to Got Very Fine. I'm Bokeh. Today I have another great video for you.
So in order to save money, I'm going to just use a few of these branches here. I'm removing the olives, which make it obvious that it's an olive branch. So yeah, I'm just gonna use some of these rather than running to the store and spending another $40 or $50 on branches. So I wanted to let you guys know I did purchase myself a new glue gun, and hopefully I won't have any issues. Remember, I was having some issues before, but I like this one. I will link it for you guys below, but let's go ahead and get these branches on the tree. I found a bit that sort of would be about the same size as these branches. So this bit is going to drill a few holes into my my natural wood branches, and then I'll be able to just poke these in and use some hot glue. So you can see what I'm talking about. I just drilled a little hole right in here, and then I'm gonna put a little dab of hot glue right in there. I wanted you guys to know that I did paint this with a little touch of like a light brownish color. So that way it wasn't so bright green, because I didn't really like the bright green. But I wanted it to look a little bit more realistic. So that's what I did. Now y'all can be mad if you want to, but a couple of months ago when Hobby Lobby was having their spring shop on sale for 70% off, I went ahead and picked up this beautiful pot. It was originally $130. It's so nice. I'm very tactile, like I always say, and I just love it. It's not heavy, it's a resin, and it looks great with my tree. Now this is just a sneak peek, guys. It's not finished, so make sure you stick around so you can see the whole entire thing. I did add the beads around the rim. That was another $14 for that, but it definitely gave it a nice little finished touch and ties into the woods in my space. Drill the holes, put a little hot glue in there, and stick them in. Easy peasy. And if you look at what they cost, that's what they cost. That's ridiculous. So, you know that I was going to have to make that myself, because That ain't in my budget. So you knew I had to MacGyver my own tree. And I did. Okay, let's talk about the curtains. I don't like dark rooms. So really, I wanted the curtains to just kind of flank the window. What I really want to show you guys is the curtain rod and how I came about that whole situation. So you guys know buying curtain rods can be extremely expensive. But you know I'm not gonna just leave you hanging like that. You guys know I got a MacGyver for you. What I love about the rod is this nice stone color effect that it has on it. So it's just gonna be kind of neutral and just blend in. And it wasn't really expensive, especially since it's a PVC rod.
Got him! Got him!
And I covered it with some peel stick, and yeah, so that's what we're doing here. And actually this is the contact paper peel and stick from the dollar store. So just so you guys know, like, you can make your own rods out of PVC pipes. So this pipe cost me $8. If I had bought a rod that was 10 feet long, it would have cost me about $80. No joke. So let's go ahead and make this stone effect rod. I save money by purchasing things sometimes, and I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to use them, but I had these brackets since, I don't even know, like, they were in my storage unit in Las Vegas. So I've had them for several years, along with the finials. Those were only $3.99 per pair. I knew I didn't want to use them in that bright chrome finish, so I went into my spray paint stash and I found this textured matte gold, and I'm gonna put that on there. The finials are gonna get 2 steps, so I went ahead and put that on there. But if you guys are gonna be spraying metal, make sure that you use a self-etching primer, because that'll keep your paint from scratching off. So I went ahead and put that on, and now we're gonna get ready for step 2. Okay, so when it comes to the finials, I told you guys I was gonna paint it. I didn't do like a whole lot of paint on it. I just really wanted to make sure that there was an undercolor, just in case this didn't cover somewhere. But anyway, I'm gonna start out with my new hot glue gun, which I absolutely love. I am gonna link it for you guys. If you're thinking about doing some serious projects, I would definitely 100% recommend, because my other hot glue gun is just garbage. So the idea is to just start wrapping this around, and I'm gonna glue it in a few areas. I don't feel like I'm gonna have to glue it everywhere, but just to kind of get it started. And then the idea is to take this all the way around. Perfect. So I'm just gonna burn this a little bit, get rid of some of these scraggly ragglies. But now I'm very, very happy. And I just happened to find these caps, and they fit on the end of the PVC pipe. So I'm gonna drill a hole into that, and then I'm going to put it in there, put some hot glue around the base, so that way these will hold on. But they do sell caps for the PVC pipes, just so you guys know. You don't have to have these random things laying around your house. Yep, your girl's got stash, and I did end up painting that to match everything. I also picked up these curtain rings along with the clips for $2.99 from Habitat for Humanity, and I went ahead and used those. The color match, so I didn't have to do anything. I got these linen blend curtains from HomeSense. Earlier this year in the springtime, they were $39.99. If I decide to add curtains to the living room, I have to wait until the spring when they come back. Adding the twine really made them stand out and gave them more of a neutral feel, along with the rods having that sort of faux marble kind of technique to them. And isn't she gorgeous? I mean, she is just gorgeous. Having the extra cabinet allowed me to move my lamps out a little bit further and become more pieces in here that were going to be complementary. And we have definitely achieved that. Chef's kiss. I'm not gonna go too much into the lamps in terms of the DIY of it all because I covered that in another video. So make sure you go and you check out my last office video from the townhouse, and then you'll be able to see the DIY that I did, how I came up with yada yada yada, bing bang. So even though they don't give off bright light, they were never meant to be task lighting for me. They were always meant to be ambient lighting. And I just love the way that the lines of my lamps complement the legs on my table. If you like what you're seeing so far, if you are enjoying this video, please don't forget to leave me a thumbs up. A lot of people forget to do that. You can go ahead and drop your comments below. If you're watching on your TV, pull it up on your phone or your laptop and drop your girl a couple comments, okay? So thank you, I really appreciate it. Speaking of lighting, let's pivot over to the one ceiling light fixture that is like builder grade. However, it's not your typical boob light. Thank you for not doing that, but they did do like sort of a semi-recessed type of thing. However, it was doing nothing for the space. Now, I was able to create a much higher end effect by installing this light fixture. Now, this light fixture, I'm gonna show you what they run. I looked on a couple of different sites, and as you can see, the cheapest one is $233. I ended up getting this light fixture for $10 from Habitat. I did end up having this light fixture installed by my wonderful neighbor, who is also a professional electrician. I didn't have to come out of my pocket to have this light fixture installed because my neighbor and I worked out some sort of a barter system where he wanted to purchase my other dining table desk. And so I actually ended up doing that with him, where he purchased the table and then also put in the light fixture for free. So worked out for me. I like the canopy. It's cute. Now, since I wasn't able to just put this light fixture in and have it center up with the rest of my space, I have no idea what they were thinking, but it definitely is not centered with the space itself. So I had to do a little swag. I had to do a little bit of a swag situation, and since I was going to be doing that, I decided that I wanted to add a medallion so that it looked intentional, and I ended up creating this medallion. So let me show you guys how I did that. So I bought this 10-inch ceiling medallion from Home Depot for $17.99 or something like that. And this was $4.99 at the Salvation Army. So what I'm going to do is return that. Didn't know how to break their heart. They was going crazy in that store. Oh my goodness, is that crochet or is that tatting? Doily was used on Doris and Lewis dressing table during the 1940s. Oh, that's a real antique right there. But guess what? Gold on this is a little too bright, so I'm toning it down a little bit, just using a little bit of paint and just dabbing it on to give it a, you know, I still want it to show as gold. I think now it looks more rose gold, but yeah, I just wanted to mute it down a hair, and that's definitely muting it down. It was the right shape and definitely the right price at $5. It is a vintage antique piece or whatever, and I decided that I am gonna keep the little doily inside, and I'm not sure what I'm gonna use it for, but the frame was perfect for me. And I love the swag. However, I didn't like the cord by itself, so I did purchase the chain from Home Depot and added that to it. So once again, I had to bust out my zip ties because obviously this did not come equipped to hold a chain, and so I just went ahead and took that little nipple right there, added a zip tie to it, and I'm gonna snip it off right there, and I'm gonna wrap this around. It's supposed to go in between the chain, like looped through. However, it was an afterthought for me because I didn't know that my swag was gonna be so stiff. So I'm just gonna do a little wrapping.
Get down, they told me I'm bored, they in my stuff and fighting odds like they gods, cause if a girl come up hard, they say she's odd, bust it.
Got him! Got him!
Just to improvise. So here we go. MacGyver'ing, hacking, and improvising. So I added the chain to it to just try to give it a little bit more, I don't know that I wanted to give it more or just distract away from it. So I think that's what I did. I think I kind of took the distraction away from the fact that the cord felt kind of stiff and rigid, and the chain gave it a little bit more of a fluid look. So now, you know, it got that swag. I wanted to bring in some more texture on one of the walls. I know some people are talking about like accent walls are out or whatever. If you've been here long enough, you know I don't follow trends. I do what I want. And I definitely wanted to create an accent wall, especially since I knew that the mirror needed something to anchor it. Like it could not just sit on a blank wall. So yeah, just showing you the blankety blank. I wanted something that was going to add a little bit of texture to the wall, but not scream, hey, I'm here. I wanted it to be one of those silent workhorses type of thing. You're here, but just, you know, don't get out of line. And this wallpaper, the minute I saw it, I was like, that's it. It gives off a aged look to the wall. It has the sort of like the vignette around the edges of it, which are dark. And then in the center, it's more light. And it really is just about adding a little bit of texture to that wall. I don't know if you guys can see some of the more yellow tones that are in the wallpaper. That did not exist. And so what I did was I made up a little batch of paint with some watered down paint and a little bit of coffee to try and match up with the color in the mirror. because I wanted to bring that color in a little bit more. And so what I did, I'll show you guys here. So this is like a little sample piece. And I just took this and started going over the wallpaper because it does have like a water seal on it. And then I just kind of rub that in a little bit to give it a little bit more of a yellowish tone that's sort of in there. So that's what you see me doing over here. It's very subtle. It's very just me pulling out some of the warmer colors that was already in there. I just felt like whoever designed the wallpaper didn't add enough warmth to me. So the paper's great, but I wanted it to be a little bit warmer. And so I MacGyvered that as well. So I will definitely say, this is not a paper that I would consider renter friendly because it definitely had a nice amount of, it's a peel and stick. So it had a nice amount of adhesion on the back. Had I thought about this beforehand, I probably would have done the shelf liner trick. Now, if you guys are not familiar with the shelf liner trick, you go to Dollar General, Walmart, whatever, and get yourself some shelf liner because it's not as tacky. And so you can put something like that up first and then put your wallpaper, your peel and stick, or even wallpaper, regular paste wallpaper on top of that. And then that way, when it's time to remove it, it's gonna come off with no problem because the shelf liner does not have as much adhesion to it. Now I'll put my disclaimer, try it first, but it has worked, okay? For me, it has worked. Okay, all right, so I'm a little bit antsy. Just wanna get this damn thing hung up. And because I have to put that wood up there, I know it's gonna stick out. So there's actually a piece of wood right here also to make up for the space so it doesn't tilt like that. It'll come out straight. And I just kind of painted the edges to make sure that it kind of disappears when you pass by it on the side, which would only be on this side. So yeah, I'm waiting. My neighbors are coming to hang it up because it's super heavy. And yeah, so I got it in the studs plus anchors. I do like the little antiquing stain that I put on the wall to kind of bring out some of the warmth because it was reading a little too cool for me. So now there's some more yellow, reddish, orangish, whatever you want to call it, staining in there. Feels a little bit warmer to me and I like it. Okay, so I'm at the point now where my neighbors are the best. They came over, hung the mirror up, and now I just have to wait for that other cabinet to come. So right here, the other cabinet is gonna sit. That gives me a lot more breathing room for my lamps, so they're not all cluttered. And yeah, I love it. It looks good and amazing. My lamps tie in with these legs. Happy accident, because I had these from the office in the other house. So yeah, it's starting to come together. I like it. And once that other cabinet is there, then I'll put my plant at the end. I'm gonna have a tree in this corner but yeah. So I like the way that it turned out. I think it looks really cute, even with me doing the little wash and adding my extra little warmth to it. But yeah, so let's go ahead and move on. One of the things that I love about this space is my office chair. Now, this was one of the things that I was able to cop when I went to New York and I did a driving trip up to New York. And I was able to score this beautiful gorgeous, comfortable office chair. There was a woman in Manhattan, she was desperately trying to move and get rid of everything in her apartment. So I went ahead and, you know, I dealt with all the stupid tolls that they have in New York, like for no reason, like I need to drive from this street to this. I digress. Anyway, the chair was 50 bucks, guys. And on Amazon, this chair sells for $260. Now, initially, I probably would not have gone with the caramel color because I'm more of a grayish girl. I like the pewter, gray, beige kind of color tone, and it does come in that color. And had I bought it just straight away, I would have probably gone with the grayish pewter color. And when I got it home, I was like, oh, this really looks nice, because a lot of the colors that I am bringing into the house feel very earthy, very clay-like. And I love the way the caramel complements my accent chairs. The caning on the back is actually in the same colorway as my office chair. So it worked. It worked out perfectly. So obviously this chair gets moved when I am setting up for my dining room situation. I made that a lot easier for myself by putting every single thing that I need and making it movable. I have this stand, it's a movable stand, and I have my monitor on there, my Mac Mini, my surround, my speakers, my hard drive, like everything is right here and contained in this one stand. But it didn't come exactly the way that you see it. You guys know I had to do a little bit of MacGyvering. I wanted there to be more storage room on it, so I purchased a large wood round, just a wood round from Home Depot, and then I covered it with my black wood effect wallpaper, and I put some holes in it so I could actually slide it down the poles so that it would sit on the bottom on the stand where the wheels are, because the bottom is more stable and the legs spread out. So my wood round just fits right on top of that, and it's very stable. I knew that what was going to be on there was going to be heavy. The stand came with a little shelf, but that shelf is not sturdy enough to hold everything that I needed it to hold. I only use that small shelf if I'm doing something else and I just need to move my keyboard or my mouse pad out the way. My mouse pad, well, you know, I don't use a mouse, I use a tracking pad. Anyway, so yeah, and then that way all I have to do is unplug it and roll it right into another room, preferably my bedroom since it's right there, and I can just close the door and that's it. It's out of sight and I don't have to worry about it. And this way I don't have to undo everything at all. Okay, so we are going to get into the dining chairs. The thing about the dining chairs is I looked for chairs, guys. I mean, I was on Marketplace at wee hours in the morning when I should have been asleep. I went thrifting. In fact, I was thrifting for dining chairs when I found the mirror. But it's just like I was doing everything. I was shopping online, and I knew that the chairs needed to complement the table and not take away from the rest of the space. It was a hard thing to find the right dining chairs. So I decided to go ahead and go back to Homery, and unfortunately the chairs that I got are no longer in stock, and I'm not sure if they're going to be coming back in stock, but they have some really nice options on their website. But don't they look cute? I think they're so cute. I love the little cutout in the back. It kind of gives a nice airy feel. Again, it's fluid, you know, the light passes right through it and they don't feel heavy and weighted, and so that's what I really like about the dining chairs. So let's go ahead and move on. I also was able to create a small little mail catch-all kind of mailbox filing situation. I don't know what to call it for myself. Would you happen to know the price of this one? It didn't have a price on it.
I can find
So in order for me to make the legs for my little file cabinet, I'm going to use these curtain rods that I bought from Habitat. They were $8, but I'm pretty sure they were on sale that day. And I bought 2 of them. And I'm gonna cut these so that they're all the same length and turn them into legs. I'm probably gonna use the finials too, but everything is gonna be painted black, so. Okay, so I got all 3 done, and I'm gonna go ahead and paint them, and then I will install them on my little file cabinet. So let's go ahead and get these painted. I want to point something out because I'm using, okay. I'm using my own screws because the ones that came with are a little bit too long, and had I used these, they would penetrate right through. So you can see they would poke through and mess up the underside. So I'm using something a lot shorter. I just went into my workshop and found something that would bite and not go through the wood. So that's what I'm doing, but I just wanted to point that out, that sometimes you have to improvise and just make sure that your screw is not too long when whatever you're screwing it through, that you don't damage the underside. Okay, so there we go. My tripod table made with my curtain rods and finials that actually look really, really cute next to the table. So I'm gonna let it dry a little bit and then I'll flip it over. Okay, so here we go. Isn't she cute? Aw, that is adorable, and it'll be right next to my desk. So it ties in really nicely with the legs on the table. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Yep, so that's what I did with the file cabinet and curtain rods that I found. I've never seen anything like it, so it's an original. It's unique. It's a LaShawn Will design, I should say. You can order these brackets to be straight, or you can do them on a slight angle. I wanted to do a tripod table, so I did the ones that were going to be on an angle, and I knew that this was not going to be an extremely heavy piece, so 3 legs were going to be perfectly fine. It's so cute. Seriously, a curtain rod, some finials, and some brackets. I paid $5 for the little filing box. The brackets cost me another, I think, $6 or $7, and the curtain rod was $8 with the finials, and I always have paint on hand. So what are we talking about? Maybe $20 or something like that. So we're gonna dive into some accessories, the tchotchke of it all, okay?
Thanksgiving.
again, going this route, doing a little bit of the high-low design is something that makes a lot of sense, especially given the climate in the United States right now with the tariffs. And I did a whole video about furniture design and the whole tariffs situation. If you guys didn't see that video, you might want to check it out. I think because I originally had that idiot on the thumbnail, that the video got shadow banned, and so a lot of people didn't even see that video, but it's there. So if you want to get a little bit more information about how to design, how to get around some of these issues and keep your prices low, then you definitely want to check out that video, and I will go ahead and link that video for you guys. It's going to be right up here, and it's also going to be in the description. But we definitely have to be considerate of the fact that things are costing way more, way more. I am not oblivious. I am not rich. I definitely know that I need to cut corners if I want things to be the way that I want them to be. If I want them to look nice and not cheap, then you have to do some work around. You got to do some work around, and that's why I'm here. So okay guys, so this is the moment that I know you all have been waiting for, and I hope that you didn't skip around the video, because then you would miss all of the DIY, all of the savings, all of the MacGyver'ing and the advice and the tips of how I got to this point. And then you'll be asking me crazy questions in the comments. I know who you are, trust me. But anyway, I am going to show you guys both ways, because obviously I can't do them both all at one time. So I'm gonna first show it to you as my office area, and then I'm going to flip the room and show it to you as my dining area. So without further ado, I am going to collectively show it all to you.
Ooh, this is nice.
Okay? Okay? I love it. Put it in the comments. Put it in the comments. What do you like? What do you like the most? What turned out the best? Or what were you not expecting? So yes, I want to hear. I want to hear. I want to hear. And do me a favor. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. I have so much more to show you guys. I got so many videos coming up. I'm excited about the next video I'm going to be doing for you guys, more of a holiday theme type of video. But yeah, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. And with that said, you know what's next, right? I don't really care for y'all. No, I'm kidding. I love you. Bye. Shh.
Move on the map, never smooth on the map.